Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bean Harvest, or as long as the beans are still on the stalk. Let's get into it. Everybody's gonna pile into Thomas's truck this morning as we gotta swap over to beans. It is January and the pods have fallen off the stalks at this point. The beans are performing horrible. We finished this field out yesterday, and let me tell you what, between this field and that field, we got a truck and maybe a quarter. I was expecting at least 2 to 3 trucks from both fields put together, but that is just not what cards we were played. The entire operation is pretty much just set up shop right at the edges of the field. That crew is pretty much just set to go to the next piece of ground. We got to get the corn head off of this one, and then my pickup is currently holding the other bean header. So Thomas and Corey are going to start shuffling the old crew to the next field, and Daryl, Kevin, and me are going to work on this stuff. Gotta get my joints loosened up since I know I'm going to be sitting inside the cab all day long. The field behind us is where we're going to send the old crew. The big boys are going to get in preparation to head to this chunk of ground. Why I forget to plant certain little squares is beyond me, but we're not even going to ask that question. We just need to get beans out of the ground. It feels like it's kind of pointless to have the auger wagon sit out since the beans are doing so bad. I think we'll just park this up until we go back to corn. There's a very good chance we're going to make our way to the co-op and start scheduling out the renting of the toolbar for anhydrous. Since the Steiger is currently hooked up to the Landau vertical till, that tractor is currently available. We'd have to take it off, but it takes 2 seconds to get it off. I did also take some time to clean up this machine shed. It was just kind of a mess and I let it go. So this will just stay in the cold storage until we're ready to go back to corn. Last thing we're going to need to try and do is get the tractors and the combine filled up with fuel. I'm not worried about the old axial flow as much as I am the new. The new combine's really only been doing corn, so he's probably getting pretty thirsty. And I don't know why I'm bringing this over to this field because it's not, I can't drive it down the road. Man, I'm all over the place. Come on, Buck, get your life together. Oh yeah, and those 2 trucks are also full and they need to go back to the bin site. At least they're going. That's a plus. If you guys are fans of the Big Time Operator series and you love watching me learn how to do my job better, then be sure to head down below, smash that like button, subscribe down below. Next season, I am putting it down in my to-do list, get planting done on time. Planting late in the season does not help your yield in any way, shape, or form. But surprisingly, this thing only is at half a tank. Doesn't matter, I'm putting fuel in it. Otherwise, I'll forget and it will run out of diesel. 150 gallons. Jeez, I'd hate to be the one that has to pay that fuel bill. We've been keeping a pretty good eye on the hog barn situation. They are all full on their feed, last I checked. And if they are not, we do have a full gravity wagon hooked to our older case tractor already ready to go in case we need to go and feed them. If you guys missed it on our last episode, we sold off all of the full-grown hogs to try and pretty much land the maximum amount of money we can get in the month of May with a fresh batch. And keeping those hogs fed is going to be the most important task. Luckily, we do have a stockpile of food now sitting in the bins, but we will need to dry that so by the month of July, we are ready to sell at max price. Let's try and get the 82 started, and then we will jump back and try and get the trucks emptied out, the co-op situation addressed with NH3, and maybe do just a little bit of grain transporting. Daryl usually does a really good job running the bigger case. It is his favorite, and he's my best hired worker that I got on the farm. So let's let Daryl do Daryl things and go store some grain. That's a Peterbilt. This truck was only about 90% full, but it was pretty much a full trailer. Originally, I was going to separate out the different corns of which one I wanted to be hog feed versus which ones I wanted to just be the seed corn we'll sell off later at the elevator. But honestly, that's kind of a waste of time. So we're just going to throw them all in the same bin like usual. The thing I've yet to discover is where the corn dryer icon is because I turned the icons off. Yes, we want to dump you. No, we want to dump the stuff. Not fill it, dump it. There we go. Nothing like a good old market check. That's a wallet. Market check. Yep, July and soybeans. Ooh, is it really worth it to wait that little bit more for $17? Let's actually acknowledge the fact that beans are $17. Well, $16 beans. If there was $16 beans these days, I think farmers would be having a fiesta, like an old-fashioned 6-day festival. Man, we might just be better just to take it into market right now. We'll see how much it produces. I don't want to sell everything off right now if I don't absolutely have to. We're just going to put one semi to a field since beans, again, they don't pull that well, meaning the Kenworth is just going to sit right next to the Magnum. Or we could take that load of beans in to the co-op and get the stuff taken care of while we're there. That might be a great way to do a double whammy. Let's do that. I'll have you guys let me know down in the comments section, what is a crop that you wish was in American farming? We have wheat, corn, and soybeans along with the production of milk with the cattle operation. But what's something from maybe your home state that you wish was in the game? I think more cover crops would have been something I would have liked, like rye or barley, winter wheat, spring wheat, chickpeas. That's not really cover crop, that's more like other areas' main crops, but you get what I mean. Something that's more of a filler. We are going to have a lot of tillage work ahead of us, that is for certain. That's not my ground though, that's Thomas's. Still got all this corn ground to cut. There's beans on this portion. I think there's even more beans on the south side of this old bin site, if I'm correct. That or I'm thinking of first gen. I think I'm thinking of first gen farm. If I were to take a guess, this might be 20 grand? 18.5, not bad. Just let you dump and sign some papers. Documentation has been signed. We're not going to do an entire crop rotation of everything being flipped. I do want to run some ground as corn on corn. I'll show you guys the field layouts and the plans later today. Just kind of want to get the harvesting and the trucking situations figured out first. It might sound crazy that I'm going to be putting anhydrous in January, but we have had a very, very warm winter. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed it, but it seems like the weather pattern of like seasons in real time is off by like 2 months now, because we still have like 60, 70 degree days in Christmas in the area that I live in. Not all the time, but for the last 2 to 3 years, we've had a lot warmer temperatures in December into early January, and it doesn't start getting cold and snowing until March or April. Well, I guess February. And by the sounds of it, one of the combines is full. It's probably Daryl. I don't know. He's sitting pretty still on that far side. Don't know if we can get a shot zoomed in on him, that little red dot. That could be Thomas. Let's go check it out. This has to be one of my favorite vehicles in American farming because of this sole reason. Woo! Breaks the suspension every time. Yep, that would be Thomas. Let's take a look at the map and see what all we still have left to do. 3 pieces. We'll just send him south to the one that is below the starting hog farm. And the big boy is just going to keep chomping away at the big ground. Because if that combine was working on the field that the big boy is, with that header, it would take quite a while. I wish you could put 2 hired workers in the same field, but sadly, we cannot. We could run 2 combines. But I don't want to do that. I got other tasks to do. Like putting my header trailer back and possibly the fuel trailer, maybe? No, because I did not top off that combine. I think he's at 3/4 tank, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Ooh, parking the grain trailer there did not help me with this. Okay, well, we're going to go back to corn pretty soon anyway. We'll just park it behind the shed like normal human beings. Yeah. Even though I don't think he's full, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go and check on him. Oh yeah, his hopper's getting, I can see the top of it. Help is on the way, dear. Help is on the way. Oh, he's just driving to the row entries. Gotcha. Beautiful. Let's get the Steiger off of the vertical till and at least go down to the co-op and pick up that anhydrous setup. We're not going to use it quite yet, but we'll at least get it ready to go. Kind of surprised this thing almost didn't have a low battery. It's been sitting here for quite a while. And a little under half tank, that's fine. Don't recall if the tanks are already pre-filled with NH3. If they are, that saves us money. If they're not, it's gonna cost us money. What? You're gonna tell me that I can't pull this? Oh, that is so stupid. This just in, guys. We now have to rent the tractor from the co-op just so we can actually put down our anhydrous. That way we can get them to get their smaller toolbar. A little over $2,400 and a weird parking angle later. Let's just see what our options are. Could borrow the 500K Steiger, or we could just rent this one. This would be a lot cheaper to rent. I should probably do the responsible choice and just use this. Just go with you. That cost me an extra $5,000. Not what I wanted, but it's what I got. They're trying to rent a whole tractor, right? NH3 has been acquired. One of the combines has to be getting close to full. We'll just jump back into a truck and see what we can do to help them. Oh, dang. Daryl's making great progress. Can't really help him until he turns back around, but he's probably... no. Oh, yeah, he's over halfway done. And his hopper's almost all the way full. Come on, Daryl, I believe in you. You can do it. Just unload on the go. Combine's got a big enough hopper that it should put me at 2/3, maybe even a little bit closer to 3/4. On the bright side, running beans is nice because I am able to keep up with both operations. I know they just moved to that south ground with the other crew, and I did decide that I will be just taking these to market whenever they both fill up. There's no reason to not to. We'll ride with him until the end of the pass. He's probably good for about 90% of the rest of the ground he has to cut. Let's go check out the other guys and see how far they've gotten. You coming back around? Oh, he already did. Okay, Thomas, let's see what you're at. Probably doesn't need unloading, but I'll just unload him anyway. Keeps him going. Yeah, it hadn't even gotten to the top half of the hopper. That's okay. Rather be prepared than not. While we're down here, we might as well go check out the hog barn situation and see if they need any additional feed or needs. We did move the Puma down from the main farm just because I believe the farrowing pin's the only one that actually has a working manure pit that I can scoop manure out of. Our south hog barn, little over 3/4. Farrowing pin's fine, and these guys are fine. Ooh, we do have quite a few ready to go to market. Might be able to take a load of hogs in. Oh, that's right. We were going to leave those guys in there. Either way, let's go check out the manure pile and see if it's worth scraping out yet. It's weird driving through this field not seeing it be grass. Oh, it's starting to get some poo in there. Not a lot, but it's got some. Would that be located in storage, maybe? Farrowing pin doesn't have a lot, but our main hog barn has about half or getting close to half full on its manure bar, and our big barn's about 1/3. Looks good enough to me. Let's see how the mamas are doing. Hello, mama. Are you dead or are you bacon? It is a very stiff pig. I don't think they're doing okay. We might need to go get some bacon. With the completion of these 2 farms that we're working on, I think that leaves us with 2 fields left of beans, and then we are done with the harvest season. Still have yet to shuffle over the fuel trailer somewhere. Might just take it back to the farm. Corey is just looking over the toolbar to make sure that it is primed and ready to roll. Let's just see where Daryl's at. Where'd he go? Oh yeah, he's moving along nicely. I think we can get ourselves some drone shots for a little bit. We got some time.
Well, when I woke up, she was looking at me. She told me I've been cheating on her in her dream. Lord, it wasn't a thing I could do or say to change her mind any way.
Might be a little late to the party, but I think Daryl's hopper, when I was looking at the overview, was getting pretty dang full. This truck's already pretty much full, but it wouldn't take long to run down to the co-op and come back. It might just be because it's a bigger field, but I think that ground overall is doing slightly better than my other bean fields. But we're also working on like twice the land as the other pieces of ground. Well, no, until I run the numbers. Let's take this into the co-op and pick up our paycheck. That'll be another 18 grand. With what's coming out of this ground and the rest of this field, I think would probably be about another truck. This kind of depends on how much is in the truck that Thomas is dumping into. I wouldn't think it'd take very much longer for Daryl to finish this plot out. Let's fart our way back down to Thomas's and see what they're doing. This thing's kind of fun to rip around on. I should have bought an ATV years ago. Tell you what, saves me on gas. Now, will it save me on medical bills? That is to be determined. Oh, he's not doing too bad. He'll be on his short passes momentarily. I guess shorter passes. With this truck going into market, that'll put us a shade under, it'll be $54,000 that we brought in bean crop. I think that at least pays for the seed, but that's a little disappointing. Give him about a pass or 2, and I think that'll top off the rest of the trailer. Just gotta wait it out. Nothing really else to do right now. This is the slow realization that you're working on beans. Be right back. Jumping back over to the north side, Daryl is on his second to last pass. So that is very reassuring. We'll just follow him to the end so that way he can empty out, and that should have given us enough time for the South Fleet to get that hopper full enough to fill up the grain truck, and we can take that into the co-op. I think other than the field between me and the farm, that's probably the hardest piece of ground we have to cut. Otherwise, everything's technically smaller. So let's try and fill up the rest of that other truck, get it sold off, and wrap out the day. Oh, come on. It's got to be full. There's no way he still has room. What? That's dumb. It probably needs like 3 bushels or something. We'll just see you guys down at the co-op. Thomas is going to finish out the rest of that ground. Thank you guys all for tuning in to Big Time Operators today. It was fun, it was eventful, and quite frankly, it was productive. Be sure to check out the rest of the Big Time Operators playlist in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Always remember to keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fresh, and most importantly, keep it fun. This is Squad Farms out. Peace.